on your side. This is WOWT 6 News, live at 10.
Tonight, the numbers are higher. Douglas County is reporting its fourth case of COVID-19.
Well, the investigation into where that woman has been is just now beginning. Here's what we know. The woman is in her 40s, and she recently traveled to California and Nevada. She is quarantined at home. Her whereabouts, the timeline of her travels, those are questions we are asking.
And tonight, we're learning more about infections in Iowa. The governor says there's a common thread among most of those. Locally, questions still linger about one case in Council Bluffs. 6 News' Liliana Pearson is on your side tonight, working to uncover new details.
Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds confirmed 5 more people have tested positive for COVID-19, bringing her state's total to 13 cases. These 5 new cases join 7 others, all in the Iowa City area, involving people who recently traveled on an Egyptian cruise line.
The 7 individuals who tested positive are recovering at home in isolation. The other 14 are also at home under quarantine and are being monitored by public health.
The only other positive case in Iowa involves a Council Bluffs woman. Very little is being said about her. We only know she's somewhere between 41 and 60 years old and traveled to California. The Potawatomi County Health Department tells me she was in the public between the 2nd and 7th of March. We have confirmed she worked at Panera Bread in Council Bluffs during that time. Health officials say customers were not at risk because she was never close enough to them. But her fellow employees are being asked to self-monitor themselves. Meanwhile, the state is preparing to take in 18 other Iowans who will be placed in quarantine. They were passengers who were held aboard the Grand Princess cruise ship off the coast of San Francisco. They are not showing symptoms.
DPH is now working with the appropriate agencies to prepare for their return home. They have requested they be screened before traveling back to Iowa, and they will also be setting up a screening center for when they arrive.
Today, I continue to call down to the Potawatomi County Health Department, asking them if they plan to release a timeline of where this Council Bluffs woman has been, but nobody has been able to give me a definitive answer yet, saying that they just don't have that information at this time. What they have done, though, is release a new hotline. You can see that telephone number now at the bottom of your screen. You're able to call into this telephone number at any time, and they will answer any of your COVID-19 questions. On your side in Council Bluffs, Liliana Pearson, 6 News.
All right, Liliana, thank you. And we are expecting to learn more tomorrow morning from Omaha Mayor Jean Stothert. She's set to give an update on the city's emergency preparedness in response to the coronavirus outbreak. Now, we know at this hour the city is updating plans to ensure critical city services will continue in the event of a possible COVID-19 pandemic. Mayor Stothert already signed an order mandating all departments be ready to protect city workforce and to avoid interruptions to services. The mayor is hosting a news conference in her office starting at 10:30 tomorrow morning. Stay at home and alert medical experts if you believe you've been exposed. Well, an Omaha woman tells 6 News she heard that plea and she did just that.
And she tells our Lee Waldman that going 2 weeks without a paycheck is just not feasible, and she's not alone.
8 years, I think. It's been a while. I'm a bartender, bar manager.
For almost a decade, Amanda Colanino has been reporting to work here.
It's just literally like walking into 50 different grandparents' house every week.
Food night last Wednesday was no different, but everything shifted 3 days later.
It was pretty much a little bit chaotic the first few hours of Saturday when we found out, like, oh my God.
Among the few hundred people who attended food night was Nebraska's first COVID-19 patient who didn't know she was sick.
Well, when I first found out, I was freaked out.
Colanino was with her parents when the news broke.
My mom has COPD and my dad has heart problems.
She's not in self-quarantine now because the health department has cleared her and others at the post several times.
I made sure I called them, I think, 3 times. They probably had my number memorized. But I just made sure, that we took all necessary precautions and that I was being as safe as I could.
Even though Colanino never had contact with patient 1, she tried to stay at home and away from anyone for the whole weekend. A small taste of what others experiencing a full quarantine go through. She lost 2 days of work and the VFW doesn't pay for sick days. Neither does her other job.
I'm a small business owner. It's just me. How are we going to pay bills? What do we do?
Right now, the Trump administration is working on an economic package that would help people like Colanino.
Small and medium-sized businesses in America would be afforded the resources to provide paid leave so that no one would feel that they have to go to work if they might be infected or if they might have been exposed.
The vice president said the proposal was met with a positive response on Capitol Hill on both sides of the aisle. Potentially good news for anyone like Colanino who goes even a day without pay. On your side, Lee Waldman, 6 News.
VFW Post 2503 is planning its weekly food night tomorrow night. The post is located near 90th and Military Road. It will be the first food night since the coronavirus patient was there. And they're reassuring guests the post has been thoroughly cleaned and disinfected. Health officials are warning people who have medical conditions to avoid large gatherings.
Well, tonight the spread of coronavirus is forcing changes to the next Democratic presidential debate. Sharon here now from the live desk to explain it all. Sharon?
Lauren and John, this news coming down just about an hour ago. Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden will debate without a live audience because of coronavirus concerns. So this debate is scheduled to take place in Phoenix on Sunday. You've excused this storyteller. It's having a few issues. There we go. Here's the debate stage. And so this is the first time that Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden will face off against one another ahead of several key primaries, but they will face off in front of no one. The party has said that the move is purely out of abundance of a caution. And in addition to no live audience, media presence will also be slimmed down. Now, precaution is also being taken for Coachella. This is the big festival that happens in Indio, California every year. Now, organizers announced today that they are postponing the potentially until October. Now, typically Coachella attracts about 100,000 people per day, and it was supposed to happen in the last 2 weekends in April. And on that same note, the same promoters who run Stagecoach, the country music festival, that has also now been postponed until October as well. Now, meantime, the big dance, that will go on. So far, the NCAA says there are no changes for March Madness. CHI Health Center Arena here in Omaha has the first and second rounds March 20th through the 22nd. A spokesperson with the arena says that extra cleaning crews will be working during those games, and fans have access to hand sanitizing stations throughout the venue. Now, the NCAA has appointed a coronavirus advisory panel to discuss options for the tournament, but officials do warn that things could change if things worsen. From the live desk, I'm Sharon Chen. Lauren and John, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Sharon, thank you. And tonight, border checkpoints across Europe are expanded in an all-out effort to stop the spread of coronavirus. Now, in Poland, authorities have set up 4 checkpoints on the German border and 1 on the Czech border. Now, Poland has reported 20 cases of coronavirus, and so far, no deaths reported there. In the Czech Republic, Customs and Fire Brigade officers are now taking the temperature of selected Czech and foreign travelers at main border crossings with Germany, Austria, and Slovakia. In Italy, police are checking all traffic near Milan as a part of the country's complete lockdown. Over 60 million people must avoid unnecessary travel and stay at home, with the exception of essential purposes such as work or health care. And remember, you can log on to our website, WOWT.com, for more coverage on the coronavirus outbreak. You can trust 6 News to provide continuing updates on air, online, and on our 6 News app.
And a live look over 90th and West Dodge right now. You can just about count the number of cars on one hand. More rain chances expected overnight. Not many people out there right now, but meteorologist David Keller joins us now. David, we will dry out quickly from any rain we get tomorrow.
Yeah, we will be drying out. We have actually a lot going on here in the forecast through the rest of the week. We have some showers there now. We may see some fog by tomorrow morning that clears out pretty quickly, giving us a great Wednesday. But we do have a first alert day now in place for Saturday as rain and snow chances return to that forecast pretty quickly. So here's the live radar. You can see the showers mainly to the north of Metro, Tacoma down through Blair, seeing a little bit of rain now, then west of Lincoln right along I-80 through Seward and York, seeing some rain shower activity. This will press through the area through midnight, then we dry out. Then the attention turns to fog. Dense fog advisory in place for the York area through tomorrow morning. Starting to see a little bit of fog developing out there now. Visibility starting to drop here in the metro. You can see that in the camera. Temperature still around 42 degrees. Through the rest of the night, temperatures slowly fall off with that fog developing. Tomorrow looking beautiful, but we're still watching the weekend. We got that forecast in a couple of minutes. John?
Well, David, new tonight, 3 men are in jail, arrested just 24 hours after an Omaha shooting. The victim's in a hospital with a life-threatening wound. Omaha police say Jermaine Finley, who is 23, is the shooter booked into jail on a first-degree assault charge. Trevian Harris and Jordan Miller are his accused accomplices. Officers were called to 49th and Maple just before 7 last night. Once on scene, rescuers found a 25-year-old man shot in the front seat of a car. Again, his wound is described as life-threatening.
Tonight, expansion will move forward for Bennington Public Schools. The community voted to approve a $72 million bond issue. Now, here are the results from the mail-in vote. More than 2,200 people voted for the bond, and just over 1,600 voted against it. District Superintendent Dr. Terry Hawk tells 6 News that he's very appreciative of the support for the district. His focus remains on continuing to provide a quality education for all Bennington students. And let's get to the Democratic race for president, Super Tuesday 2. It appears to be another big night for Joe Biden. He has been declared the winner in Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, and the numbers you see there, those are the percentages of the vote that he took in. Now, as for Senator Bernie Sanders, no states won yet tonight. Still pending, though, Idaho, North Dakota, and Washington State. Now, what matters the most is the delegate count. Biden is pulling ahead with 768 delegates to Sanders' 631.
Well, frustration boils over alongside the tracks.
The only
People
way
in
in and out of the
Fremont,
lake.
they're blowing the whistle at blocked crossings.
This is the only way in and out of
blocked
the
on
lake.
the way out. Homeowners caller Mike McKnight to get the trains moving. It's tonight's 6 on Your Side investigation. If you live near the main line of a railroad, you know waiting for trains like this to pass by is part of the daily routine.
But many people living in lake communities west of Fremont are ready to blow the whistle on the long stops after losing their patience. Mike McKnight shows us why in tonight's 6 on Your Side investigation.
Waiting 20 minutes as a train blocks the route to her mother's house.
I hope to God there's never an emergency.
Barb is getting a little cross with Union Pacific Railroad.
Oh, it's every day. That, you know, it's just ridiculous.
Barb is worried about her 92-year-old mother who lives on the other side of those tracks, and so after waiting more than 20 minutes, she's just going to back up and work her way around. But it's not always easy to go around when floodwaters come around, like just a few weeks ago.
When this road is closed, County Road 19 is closed, and the train is blocking the intersection, we have no way out.
There's a number posted near the crossing.
30 minutes today.
Stacy has called 15 times in recent weeks.
Yes, it's gotten worse. And that's why I'm so frustrated.
A UP statement says Union Pacific works to minimize block crossings. This area serves as a crew change point, requiring trains to stop. But almost 5 miles down the line is Lake Ventura.
I think there's just no consideration given to the fact that this is the only way in and out of the lake.
Nick Benenato says stop trains block it weekly.
When I moved out here, I expected to be inconvenienced somewhat by a train, but 30 minutes or an hour and a half, you know, or anywhere in between is really not what anybody signed up for.
UP says we do our best to be as efficient as possible and appreciate the community's patience. Stacy's is running thin, waiting on stopped trains.
2 in 1 hour.
On Your Side west of Fremont, Mike McKnight, 6 News.
In response to our 6 on Your Side investigation, Union Pacific added that safety is the top priority of the railroad. They encourage people to call their response communication center if they experience a blocked crossing during a flood emergency. That number is listed on your screen and on our website, WOWT.com.
Your First Alert forecast is sponsored by Exarban ARS.
Save $175 on a new water heater and get a free Nest Protect smoke and carbon monoxide alarm. Call 402-935-6000 or visit exarbanars.com.
Well, we talked about this earlier. Saturday is a First Alert weather day. We've had some very nice spring-like days over the weekend. Tomorrow looks very nice as well. But by Saturday, it does look like winter is going to be making a bit of a comeback. We have some rain developing Friday night, changing to snow, and we may have some snow showers on and off during the day Saturday, and it could come down heavy enough to see a few inches of accumulation for parts of the area. Not everybody is likely to see snowfall accumulation out of this, but it may be enough to cause a few issues, so that's why Saturday is an alert day. Just giving you a heads up that we're seeing some changes here by the weekend. Right now, showers coming down. Temperatures are in the 40s. We're not worried about winter weather tonight. There's some rain shower activity off to the north of the metro, off to the west, south of Columbus, David City, down towards Seward, between Lincoln and York. We have some rain shower activity. And then you get up toward Blair and Tacoma. We have some rain coming down as well, just north of Missouri Valley. This continues to track off to the east fairly quickly. It's very light. Not going to get a whole lot out of this. And once this moves on through, we will be dry for the rest of the night. And skies will actually begin to clear out. However, I'm watching the potential here for some fog as we get toward tomorrow morning. We look out over downtown. Yeah, you can see the beams of light there. The fog starting to develop just a little bit. Visibility starting to go down. So we may see some patchy fog through the rest of the overnight. 42 still at this hour, so temperatures relatively mild. We will be dropping back into the 30s by morning. So you can see 7-mile visibility in Omaha and in Plattsmouth. A few spots of fog beginning to develop now in central Nebraska, northwestern Iowa, and we actually have a dense fog advisory in place for Polk and York counties. That goes through 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Would not be surprised to see parts of northeastern Nebraska into northwest Iowa added to that dense fog advisory later tonight. One of our computer models really picking up on that fog. Not sure it's going to be as widespread as what you see here, but certainly the potential is there for some fog as you head out the door tomorrow morning. So just keep that in the back of your mind as you're getting ready for the day. The rest of tomorrow, though, looking pretty good. We got the showers out there now. Those will be clearing out after midnight. Temperatures dipping down to about 35 degrees by tomorrow morning. So a cool start, but above freezing. There you can see some of that fog trying to develop there across parts of the area. And we get plenty of sunshine for the rest of the day, nearly 50 by noon. Should see a high temperature right around 63 tomorrow afternoon, 62. Should be a beautiful day. Plenty of sunshine, light southwesterly breezes, still holding on to nearly 60 degrees at 7 o'clock. Then tomorrow night into Thursday morning, we see a weak little system passing by. That'll bring some clouds to start off your Thursday and maybe a few isolated showers, especially south of the metro. Those really will not stick around very long, should not cause too many issues. Thursday still looks like a very mild day. High temperatures on Thursday, making it back into the low to mid 50s. So tomorrow, again, maybe some fog in the morning. We get sun for the rest of the day. High temperatures in the 60s as we head towards Thursday and Friday. That's as our storm system approaches. Again, changing to snow during the day on Saturday. And we're looking at the potential here for some accumulation across parts of the area. You notice that rain begins Friday night. Then by Saturday morning, that snow begins to mix in. And it looks like a good chunk of the area may see some snow with this. But look at that rain-snow line sitting very close to the metro. So that puts exact amounts in question this far out. So just continue to watch this forecast here as we head through the rest of the week. Certainly looks like there could be some impacts to parts of northeastern Nebraska into northwest Iowa as that system moves on through. And then, believe it or not, the weather pattern stays pretty active as we head into next week as well. Maybe even more rain and snow chances. You can always download our First Alert weather app. We have a forecast on there specifically for Saturday to show you what to expect. And, of course, Rusty will be updating that in the morning.
Well, and of course, winter just had to make a comeback, didn't it?
I know, it felt so much like winter was over. Beautiful weekend, but here we go. It's March. We get lots of ups and downs.
Didn't pack anything away yet.
No,
it's
not
still
yet.
there to wear.
All right, Dave, let's go ahead and take a look at what's making us smile tonight. A Las Vegas doctor has treated over 16,000 patients in his clinic, all free of charge.
It's a huge number. Dr. Elliot Shin's clinic, called Operation Hope. He opened the urgent care for the homeless 10 years ago.
Well, the homeless can come see him for free, but the only thing he requests is a letter from the patient stating that they will pay it forward with 3 acts of kindness.
If you want to end homelessness, that doesn't happen by injecting more money into the situation or more social programs. We do need them. But if you do that without love, without true compassion, true care, then all of that is just waste of time and money.
And along with donations, Dr. Shin puts his own money into the clinic as well.
10 years. He's in this for the long haul.
That's amazing. And what a way to give back to your community.
Fantastic.
Well, they made the state finals last year.
This year, Central's riding an impressive streak. Ross brings us more on the Eagles' hopes to win the championship trophy.
And it's a way to bring relief to a stressful situation. The prizes in the claw machine in England, they've been swapped for something else. Find out what players are vying for next.
First Alert Storm Tracker, sponsored by Greg Young Chevrolet. Now, 6 News Sports.
Hi again, everyone. The Boys State basketball tournament starts this Thursday in Lincoln, and one of the teams to watch is Omaha Central. Last year, the Eagles came up just short of the title. Last year, Omaha Central faced Omaha South in the Class A championship game. In the final seconds, the Packers stole the ball and scored the winning basket off a layup to win the title 58-56. The Eagles have not forgotten that heartbreaking loss.
It's been on our mind since every game, but since we're back there again, it's going to be on our mind a whole lot more.
There isn't a day where I'm not thinking about it. from the off season. We've been working to get to back to that point, and we hope for a different outcome, and I think we're ready for it.
Central may be the hottest team heading to the state tournament with a 21-3 record. The Eagles have won 10 games in a row, including an overtime upset over top-ranked Millard North.
We kind of adjusted our starting lineup after the holiday tournament, kind of switched some things around, changed up the rotation a little bit. I figured some things out about them. They started to figure out a little bit more how to play together. So just chemistry, things like that, I think have come together and helped us get better.
We've came together from the start of this season and losing those, but now we're all back together, and it's just we've been working hard in practice, coming in as a team. So it's just been great for us and all the teams.
And the Eagles will open the state tournament against Omaha South at 8:45 on Thursday night. It's a rematch of last year's finals. There was college baseball today in Lincoln. Nebraska faced Northern Colorado at Haymarket Park. In the 5th inning, Nebraska's Luke Roskin was on second after a double. Then Nebraska freshman Luke Boynton ripped a single to left field, and that knocked in Roskin for the only run of the game. Nebraska won the game 1-0. 3 Husker pitchers blanked the Bears for no runs. Huskers raised their record to 6-8 on the season. I tell you, that Central Omaha South game on Thursday night, a rematch of last year's championship game, that's going to be a rivalry game. That's going to be a dandy.
Just the athletes out there on that floor are so talented.
There's so many Division I prospects at this year's state tournament. Just go down there and watch the talent.
For sure. It'll be fun.
We'll be right back.
Closed captioning brought to you by AC Nelson RV World.
You've heard about the panic buying with the coronavirus. It includes toilet paper and cleaning products in countries across the world.
Well, a park owner in the UK is poking fun at the grocery store chaos by putting those two products in the park's toy grabber machines. Take a look. The grabber machines at this England park used to contain toys, but those have been replaced with two very sought-after sanitary products.
Well, it costs the equivalent of 65 cents for 3 tries at grabbing the toilet paper. And for the hand sanitizer, the cost is the equivalent of $1.30.
Well, I'm surprised they haven't done that here yet.
Yeah, I think they used to have frozen objects in there, you know, from the movie.
Yeah, the movie, the
they've really
toys.
changed now.
Is anybody going to have to stock up on toilet paper this weekend for the snow?
No. Too much toilet paper. we do have snow in the forecast, but I think we're just going to talk about tomorrow because that's the nice day. Look at that. We may have some fog in the morning, 62 tomorrow afternoon. Another beautiful spring-like day expected for Wednesday. We do have to show the 7-day, though, and that includes an alert day for Saturday because we are anticipating the chance for snow increasing and perhaps even another snow chance by St. Patrick's Day. So winter's not done with us yet.
Apparently not.
Get some rest. State tourney's coming up, Russ.
I will be. You bet.
Day breaks at 4:30.
Get WOWT 6 News anytime, anywhere. Download our free news and First Alert weather apps.